Good afternoon. Welcome inside the Vernon Curling Club. I am Jordan Kiss here with you for draw number 8 of the Prestige Hotels and Resorts Curling Classic. And right here for this one, it's some more women's action here. It's Team Bernard. They're in the Bluestones against Team Katie Gyles. Team Bernard 2-1 so far this week. Team Gyles still looking for their first win. This is their 4th game of 5 in the round robin. And it's Team Bernard leading us off here. Karen Roos, the lead. They're asking for that one short, but it will come in and just bite the top of the 12 foot. And Katie will ask her lead, Amanda Tipper, to play the hit and possibly roll over for a corner guard. This is the second event on the BC Women's Curling Tour, presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western, the official hotel of Curl BC. And the hit will be made, and they will roll, and it's not in the ring, so Team Bernard can't play the hit on it. 5 rock rule is in effect here. 8 ends of play. No timeouts, no time limit. Extra end if needed. You're asking here for another center guard. Get over the hog line. And for Team Gyles now with the hammer. Could play the top, could play the come around. Well, we're going to elect to play the top on their own here. Campbell there, sweeping this one, trying to keep it straight as it's starting to move towards the middle. Hasn't been any dramatic curl this week. I think rocks have been quite easy to read. Nothing's really, doesn't really take off at the hog line. It's a nice gradual curl, and of course, head ice maker and manager here at the Vernon Curling Club, Dave Berklinger, has done a fantastic job. Now it's Team Bernard's second, Lainey Peters, multiple-time Canadian champion at Scotties, most recently with Chelsea Carey. Well, 1-1 while playing with Heather Nedowin out of Alberta. And puts it right on the pin, and Katie will not hesitate here and ask for the PO, Caitlin Campbell. And they will make the peel, and rock. It did hit the leg of Shauna Jensen over there. But you knew it was going out, so no issues there. Now Team Bernard sitting on the button. They're going to just hit the open one here. This one just needs to curl for him. Would like to stick around, and they will hit and they will roll out. It's a little straighter on the board side over there. So looking to play a small tap back here. Maybe even just freeze is good. Don't want to go right by everything. This one just needs to curl. Looks like it might have been a little more weight than what Katie asked for, and it will slide right on by. And a chance here for Team Bernard to sit 2 buried. Yep, sure, was just top 8, top 12 was good. You know, even if you're above that yellow one on the center line, still a good result. You are, you know, above the pin here, so you know, Team Gyles will have to move that blue stone back a bit to be able to sit shot. And it's Carolyn McRory now for Team Bernard. Played with Cheryl during the 2010 Olympics where they won the silver medal in Vancouver. This one's diving towards the center, and they're trying to get it by Lainey Peter, sweeping it, and will just hit the yellow, and now we're trying to spill this one in, and it will sit T-line, but will leave a double here for Team Gyles. It's third Shauna Jensen now. This one is moving and will hit the nose of the blue one and still sit there in the open. Now an opportunity for again Team Bernard to play a hit and roll. Cheryl's just maybe asking for a nose hit. Then you can roll here and go behind cover, sitting 2 without the hammer. Nose hit here will leave the double. Sweeping this one, as this is a little on the inside, and we'll hit and we'll roll all the way to the 12th foot. We'll stay in play, but the blue one that was on the button will be bumped back a little bit here. Looks like that they'll be able to see the pin, so Katie's just gonna ask Shauna for like a backline weight here and tap that blue. Ideally, we'd love to be able just to get a little roll into this area over here. Sit buried. And then this one is wide, a little heavier. It's almost half weight. Chance here again for Team Bernard to bury a rock behind the yellow. Looking for kind of top 8 here. Anywhere is behind that yellow rock is a good spot. You could be, top 4. That's good, but it would leave a run back double. So they want to keep it a little higher here just to make this run back double here as hard as possible for Team Gyles to remove both of them. With her first here in end number 1. This one's a little wide. The weight's okay here. We'll bump the blue one and sit there, right there on the button. Now it's a very difficult double here for Team Gyles, as they do have to get to the inside. Looks like there is enough room, but I don't think you'll be able to throw enough weight at it to for the blue that trail just through to go out of the house. Maybe throw enough just to move it around and be able to sit one. His plan is, again, come in here, sit right here. This blue will probably come back, maybe go out, and this one will probably just sit on the forefoot in this area. This one is hanging out, trying to make it curl. Nose is a good result here too. We'll hit the outside and one of the blues will go. And again, for Bernard, an opportunity to play the hit and roll on top. And if you can, you'll be in a great position to steal here. Down here for Team Bernard here in 1. And she will get rid of the yellow one. Now sitting 3 without last rock here in end number 1. Now for Team Gyles, a shot here to the forefoot to take their single, facing 3. They're going to play the draw. Be a good test early on for Katie and her team. Haven't played this way yet in this end, so most likely saw it in warm-up. Now it is a lot of ice than what we've normally been seeing from some other games. Usually we're seeing maybe middle of the 8-foot a little more for a draw to the middle, but of course this one, you don't need to flirt with the guard here, so best to be safe here and take some extra ice. So we have some back in here. They need to use it, but it looks like they won't, but they're going to get it there. Great sweep by Amanda and Caitlin, and Team Gyles will take the single point here in end number 1 in Vernon at the Prestige Hotels and Resorts Curling Classic.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight, you gotta see this. Look, 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 look.
Shh, I'm saving money. Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
Back here inside the Vernon Curling Club, it's Team Gyles versus Team Bernard. Team Gyles with the single point in the first end to take the 1-0 lead. And that rock from Amanda Tipper will just come off center line, but still in the free guard zone. And Cheryl will go out to ask Karen here for a corner guard. This is draw 8 at the Prestige Hotels and Resorts. Curling Classics, 6 other games on tap this afternoon. On sheet 2, it's Daniela Jensch versus Team Piarchuk. On sheet 3, Corinne Brown is taking on Diane Gushalak. Sheet 4, it's Jim Cotter versus Team Wood. Sheet 5, Team Tardy versus Team Longworth. On sheet 6, it's Team Winsick versus Team Giel. And on sheet 7, it's Jeff Richard taking on Yusuke Morizumi. The corner guard is made by Team Bernard, and Team Gyles is going to come in here. This one looks a little heavy. Will slide just to the back of the 12-foot. That opens the door now for Team Bernard to go around the corner. This one will come up on the guard. And for Team Gyles, they're looking to come around. A little more difficult to come in this way is you should be able to get by this blue one that Team Bernard just threw, but you're gonna have to wait for it to curl a bit. So if the weight's down and it's a little wide, you might not be able to get by it. I personally think most teams a little easier just to come around this way. But both do the same job, so it's almost a matter of preference here. And we'll get by the blue and still has some speed to it, and will slide to the back gate foot, just biting the 4 there. And Cheryl's just gonna peel the yellow one. Lainey Peters now, who was a winner of this event in 2012, playing for Heather Nedowin. she will hit it on the nose and will drive the yellow one in, but the two yellows at the back will spill out. So it is still Team Gyles sitting the one here. But another chance to play the come around again. Top 4 or even, again, just top 8 over here. Kind of partially buried, it's a good spot. I think no matter where you put it, you'll most likely see Team Bernard play the run back. Could go aggressive and play the drawer on the right side. And again, this one is heavy for Team Gyles. That's 3 in a row now where it's a little heavy. They will come and freeze on their own, but forcing Team Bernard to play the run back. Peters. This one just got to curl up a hair for him. It's going to be really close. And she will drive it into the pile there, but will spill open. One of those yellows will be removed, and a chance here for Shauna to play a hit and roll. This one is curling a little more than what they hoped for, and they're trying to hit the blue and will hit it, but will hit their yellow, and will leave Team Bernard sitting second stone. But will sit in the forfeit for shot on the right side. It's definitely an accessible rock here for Team Bernard. Again, soft weight. Even if you get to nose, it's good. Maybe try for a little roll in. This one is diving really close to the guard, and it won't get by. You'll see this one on the right will spill in, and I don't think it will. Team Gyles still sitting in the one here without the hammer. And they're going to play around the corner guards. Try to split the rings here. Guarding your own is an option as well, but you do allow Team Bernard to possibly play the freeze on the yellow one here and sit for shot. And if you come to the blue one here at the back of the 8-foot, you can. It's a good spot, but I'd like to sit second here. And it's close to see who's second. Tough to tell from here. But it's one for sure. Small hit and flop over. We're on the last of the third rocks here in end number 2. And the hit and the roll, and will sit half buried behind the yellow. For Team Gyles, a good opportunity here to play a freeze. Even top 4 is a good spot. So right here, you should be able to get a shot out of it. Well, if you do end up getting shot, you might be able. Cheryl might be able to see enough of it to play the hit, and the yellow will go, and she can sit 2 out of it. Because then this blue will jam into there. Katie Gyles with her first here in end number 2. And this one is on a lawn towards the yellow. Maybe you can plan to be here and play the tap. We'll get by the blue and they'll tap it up. Will come in now. For sure, sitting second stone is yellow. Now, if you are Team Bernard, you are sitting the 1. Would like to find a way to score your 2 here. You don't want to. You could corner freeze on that yellow, but it will. But you can most likely see Team Gyles play a guard on it, and you'll be forced to do a draw to the side of the button for your 2. And that is what they're going to call here. So by doing this one, by playing this, you'll pretty much guarantee your 1. And it'll be extremely difficult for Team Gyles to get that blue one out on the button then. Can bounce off here. You don't want to bounce, even if you're short. End up top 12. That's still a good spot to be. And for Cheryl Bernard, a 3-time winner here at the Prestige, and going back-to-back in 2004, 2005, and last win it back in 2010. Team Bernard here does have the hammer, down 1. Two and 1 so far. They defeated Team Brown and Team Gushalaka, but came up only losing into Team Yench last night, losing 4-5. This is a little heavy. Oh, it should be okay. It's starting to move. You could see it just take off as it goes towards center, but a good shot there by Cheryl. Not the rock she wanted to freeze to, but still a good spot. But it does allow Team Gyles a little more room here to come in and sit right there. Top of the button is perfect. Don't even have to freeze here. Even if you're short and end up top 4, it'll be a really difficult shot for Team Bernard to score 2. Last rock for Katie Gyles here in end number 2. Sweepers haven't touched this one yet. It's a little heavy. Don't want to be heavy here, and that's what it is. So slide to the back of the 8-foot, giving Cheryl here a chance to draw to the 4-foot. So a shot for 2 here for Cheryl Bernard. Means a little more than half of the 4-foot. Now she won't be able to come to the back one and get 2 out of it. So it's a cold draw here. Karen and Laney on the sweep right now. It's looking very good if they can get it there. And they will. Cheryl Bernard with the draw to the 4-foot for her 2 here in the second end to take a 2-1 lead here in Vernon. Back inside the Vernon Curling Club, I am Jordan Kiss. It's the third end between Team Bernard here and Team Gyles. A score of 2 for Cheryl in the second end. Now Team Gyles with the last rock. Second event on the BC Women's Curling Tour. Presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western, the official hotel of Curl BC. Points up for grabs for the BC teams in this event. The top team in the BC Women's Curling Tour will receive a spot in provincials in Cranbrook in January. It's also a World Curling Tour event, so CTRS points are up for grabs as well, which is very useful for the BC women's teams as well, as the top CTRS points getters will receive a spot in provincials too, and of course for something like Team Bernard, points to possibly qualify for Grand Slams down the line. nice draw by Carey. Well, just coming to the top of the 12 foot is in the rings, and Gyles here will play the hits and possibly try to just roll into the top 12 there on the left. Just trying to make this one curl. It's Caitlin Campbell on the inside. And they will make contact, but will this blue go out? Shauna trying hard to do so, and it will come to the back of the 12 foot. Gyles just checking to see if this rock is in play. Now they are going to put a stick to this. It is the 5 rock rule, so if it's out, Team Bernard won't be able to hit it, and if it's in, they will be. So we're just going to look for the 12-foot measure here. And the BC Women's Hurling Tour is presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance. Our Krill BC members can benefit from a discount on car, home, condo, and tenant insurance on top of any other savings, discounts, and benefits you are already eligible for. So be sure to mention when you do call Bel Air Direct that you are a Krill BC member, and you can receive your exclusive premium. As they'll put the stick to it, and doesn't look like it's in. Nope, it's not in play, so they are going to play the tap in their own here as we're on to second rocks in the third end. Lainey Peters. Will make contact, and it will sit behind the yellow one. Good shot there by Laney, but wouldn't like to hit nose and sit behind their own. And that way, Team Gyles isn't able to run in their own rock. So straight nose here onto their own. This one is gonna curl, and they're just tick the inside of it, and it's gonna spill over into the 12 foot. So, or again, another biter there. Just an over curl. So Cheryl's just gonna elect to put a guard on it. Sweeping this one to make it curl. Well, you want to get it over. That's priority here. And it will come up light. Not over the hog line, so opportunity now for Team Gyles. A hit and roll here is going to be asked of Caitlin. again. This one curling again for Team Gyles. Might go by everything. It would take off the guard and it will slide on by. Another over curl. And another chance at the guard here for Team Bernard. This time it's a Carolyn McRory with the chance here. This will come nicely in front, just short of the house, and it is perfectly guarding the blue in the 8-foot, and it's going to be a run back here for Shauna Jensen and Team Gyles. So would love to remove that one in the 8-foot. Even if you just, just spill it to the 12-foot in the wings there, it opens up that middle, and this one is wide. And we'll just get the top. Another guard here for Carolyn. I'll look at it just a little higher just to make that run back just a little more harder. This will slide a little deeper, but still does the job, but it's a shorter run back now. Almost a double for Shauna. Wide on her first, looking to be on the broom in this one. This one's looking a lot better as they're off it. Did they oversweep it? Oh, they just overswept it. And it'll slide right by the one on the 8-foot. So, Team Bernard is going to assume play the guard again. It's so far working for them. And Team Gyles hasn't been able to make the double on them. So again, we'll like this a little higher. Or maybe just they're discussing here a split. Maybe it's something you could do on your next one. But I personally like the guard here one more time. Then also, if you do guard it, you know, Team Gyles might just ignore it and maybe play the tap. Tap that one to the button. Then it's Team Bernard that's going to have to make the run back.
Upstairs.
It's the first of the skip rocks here in end number 3. Talking things over with the front end here. I think the play is to play a split. You get a little tap on the blue. It does look like that the guard is the play again. And it's all about line right now. And it's in a great spot. And another perfect guard by Team Bernard. Now for Team Gyles, you could try the run back on the blue again. You do have your yellow over here on the left that you can use just to tap up to the button. Although you might want to save that for your last one just in case. But again, it might not be there on your last one because Team Bernard just might hit it on the nose and then they're going to have a tough time getting in there. So that's what they're going to do here. Just play the tap. And you can hit it on the nose. Hit it straight back. You can hit it, straight back. You can even push it behind the guards here. The important thing is you want to be shot rock. That's what you want out of this shot. That's the first rock for Team Gyles here in 3. We're going to play the tap on the round here on the left. And this one's curling towards those blues. Don't want to tap the blue in. Nick, rub and tap it up, and we'll just top it up. Looks like it's still a blue sitting 2. An opportunity here for Team Bernard to possibly steal one, maybe more. Looking at this hit and roll. If you could corner freeze that one, that's a good shot because they'll take away that slash there on the rock that just outside the house. But by blocking everything over here on the left, you will allow Team Gyles to play this wide draw for the one. Katie did play that in the first end, so they know the spot. I'd even be tempted just to do that if I were Team Bernard here. You know. You draw on here, you force, you know, Team Gyles to play the slash in there for a 1. Well, they are playing the hit here. And she will hit nose. It's a good shot because now Team Gyles can't play the slash. So again, all she has right now is this draw here to the slide of the forefoot. And played this one in the first end. I have to go just a little wider here, not too much, but it's a very similar shot. She did make it, so it's a draw against 3 right now for Team Gyles. Last rock here and end number 3 against 3. Big draw here early in this one. And this one's really wide right now. And, at least get it in there, try to get in the house, cut him down. It doesn't look like it's going to curl enough. And they will get it to just short of the 8-foot. And it'll be a steal of 1 here for Team Bernard in end number 3. They'll take a 3-1 lead heading into number 4. Here at the Prestige Hotels and Resorts Curling Classic from Vernon. Back inside the Vernon Curling Club. It's draw number 8 of the Prestige Hotels and Resorts Curling Classic. Update on some other games right now over on sheet 2. It's Team Yench up 5-0 over Team Powarchuk. They are currently in the 3rd end. On sheet 3, it's Diane Gushalak versus Corinne Brown, and Corinne Brown holds a 2-0 lead in that one. Sheet 4, it's Jim Cotter facing Team Wood. Cotter is up 3-1. On sheet 5, it's Team Tardy. It's Team Longworth, and Tardy's up 3-1 over there. On sheet 6, Sean Giel has a 4-1 lead over Daniel Wenzik. And over on sheet number 7, Team Richard is up 3-0 over Team Morzumi as they play end number 3. I am Jordan Kiss here with you inside the Vernon Curling Club. End number 4 underway here from here on sheet 1, where we've been live streaming all weekend long. We have 2 more draws on tap after this. At 4:30, it will be Chelsea Carey versus Team Hayashi. Carey, of course, the defending Canadian women's champion. And that rock from Amanda will come to rest beside the blue one. Now Cheryl's going to elect to go around the yellow one here. Now, some teams you know prefer to go around their own color in this situation, a little safer. And if you are tight, you don't tap it up. You know, you don't tap up the opposition stone, but in this situation too, the way they're on the center line, it's kind of whatever turn you prefer. I feel like they know this path a little better than they do the other, so they are going to play it. So they did play this area in the second end. But this one from Karen is a little heavy and will come to the back 8 foot. Come around here for Amanda Tipper and Team Gyles. This one's just hanging out a little bit. Needs to come. Needs to slow down too. And just heavy. And we'll come to the back 12. So most likely seeing Team Bernard do the come around again. Lainey Peters, the second for Cheryl. This one taking its time to curl. Trying to get some finish out of it as it comes towards the house. Will sit in the top of the 8 foot, now sitting 2, but it is open. Now, are you able to get to the inside of that one if your Team Gyles and roll in? Doesn't look like, so they are going to play this yellow run back. Or not. Now, if they can't get to the inside here, they can roll in. They won't be shot rock unless you try to roll all the way behind the blue. Kind of, the less that you can hit on the inside of this blue, the better. This one will. Oh, they waited too long. Looks like they're gonna get by, but they just lost it at the end. And hit the guard and goes right by everything. And for Team Bernard, gonna go back to throwing the guards here, which they executed to perfection in the last end. So throw another one here. You can also, you know, be a little tempting to draw in the other way and kind of get one in the 4 foot. You could see Team Gyles do that on the next one. And this one right now just needs to curl. It's all about rock positioning here, all about the line. And it will come in front. So it looks like a run back will be called here. Run it in and take the one. Run it into the one on the 8 foot there at the top and take it out as well. This one will just go over top the one on the 8-foot, but we'll open it up. That rock that the shooter rock could be used later on in the end if they have to. Don't want to use it though, but it's there. There'll be another guard here for Team Bernard. Carolyn McRoy. This will come rest at the top, the 12-foot, just short of the house. And again, does the job here. A little easier, shorter run back for Team Gyles if they wish to go at it, but you would be tempted to play a draw here, I think. Based on the way those two blues are sitting, if you can kind of come top 4. Or they're gonna peel just to open up the middle. This is a fine call here. Clear things up. Don't want to hit the inside of this blue one, which they will. So, chance now for Team Bernard to come in and sit at the top of the 4-foot. Now for Team Gyles, it's difficult to run that yellow one in. That blue one just short of the house there might be in the way to run it straight back. For Team Bernard here, you're in the 4-foot, that's good. Cheryl is signaling for it, top 8, top 12, which again is a good spot for it. I prefer coming in right to the 4-foot. You kind of sit, top house here. It still allows the Team Gyles to draw around it. But for Team Bernard, you are trying to force to 1. And also, good opportunity to steal right now with the way things are set. But this one is moving towards the center guard and will tap the yellow. And she will tap and leave the center, so now Team Gyles will go around it. Spare on the blue one, top 4-foot, top button. This one from Shauna is hanging out. Weight was there, but the line was just a little off. But a hit and roll opportunity now for Team Bernard. And really put Team Gyles in a difficult situation. Cheryl heads down to throw her first rock here in number 4 as we are on to skip rocks. This one's getting close to the blue guard. And they will get by now. How much of this yellow will it hit? They'll hit just enough and roll out, and it will leave Team Gyles sitting the 1 in the 8-foot. So big break there for Team Gyles. So chance to come around now. So it's the first rock here for Team Gyles with the hammer, just to draw to sit 2. So this one's, again, just a little wide. And you don't want to leave a double here. And I don't think they have. It looks like this yellow one here will jam. So another chance for Cheryl here to play the hit and roll. Hit. So anywhere is there is good. Then you are going to force Team Gyles to play for their 1. Cheryl Bernard, her last here in the 4th. Last time she played here was in 2016, where she finished 2nd, losing to Marlon Mallet in the final. This one won't curl as much as the last one. Will sit nose. And now I do believe Team Gyles will be able to hit this one on the nose and score her 2. So it's going to be a shot for 2 to tie the game here, as we're almost halfway through. It's the Prestige Hotels and Resorts Curling Classic. I am Jordan Kiss. End number 4 between Team Gyles and Team Bernard. Gyles with the last rock here in end number 4 at the open hit for 2. She gets ready in the hack, set to deliver. She will hit it right on the nose and score her 2 and end number 4. And we are tied up here halfway through this one from Vernon.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Welcome back here inside the Vernon Curling Club, draw number 8 of the Prestige Hotels and Resorts Curling Classic. Jordan Kiss with you as we get set for the second half of this one between Team Bernard and Team Gyles. Gyles tied the game, scoring their 2 in the last end, and Cheryl Bernard will have the hammer as the first rock when Amanda Tipper comes into the rings. And it's going to be a hit here for Team Bernard. Perfectly executed by Karen Roos. Another hit here asked for Amanda. And the hit will be made, and will sit there right on the nose. And now this time, Cheryl's gonna play the corner guard. Interesting call here. And usually the way that where that yellow rock is, it's above the 4 foot, kind of on the center line there. Most teams would just play the hit, but they're gonna play the corner guard, and now Team Gyles is gonna try to guard their rock in the house. Caitlin Campbell. Perfectly made guard there by Caitlin. And although that yellow one could be partially open, so you could play the hit and roll here. Looks like it is there. Back house weight. At least punch that yellow one behind the tee line. Then if you can roll behind the corner guard, that is a great result. This one's gonna get to the inside just by the yellow one. They're gonna come to the nose here and see how far this yellow one goes back. And we'll tap it to the back of the button. Team Gyles hitting one. Looking to guard. A corner freeze would be good here on the blue one. Anywhere's. And here's a good spot. This one is curling towards the middle. We'll get a bounce. Over will it bounce it a little too far, as now the blue one is open for Team Bernard here. So a chance to play the tap. Could play some weight at this too. On the nose would be a good spot, maybe if you can get to the inside a little bit. Lainey Peters now, her last here in the fifth. This one needs to curl if they want to be able to hit the yellow. She will miss everything. So blue goes out. But the opportunity to plug the hole here for Team Gyles, who are looking very good here to possibly steal. This one's hanging out a little bit. Well, it's kind of finishing quite nicely here. And will sit right there just on the center line. Good shot by Shauna. Shauna, a former BC mixed champion, playing with Cody Tanaka, Travis Cameron, and Katera Park. Team Bernard here trying to peel. Like to get these two yellows off on the left. You have to be careful of that blue rock that's just behind Cheryl's head there, kind of right above her shoulder. You don't want to hit that one first. Hit the yellow, and the yellow will just spill over a little bit more. Not what you were hoping for Team Bernard. Just need to curl a little more for him. So another chance here for Team Gyles to plug the hole. We'll kind of love it up here. The higher the better right now. They also got to be a little more closer to center because there still is a hole here for Team Bernard to run that blue one in. This one will slide to the center line, just short of the house. But if it's close enough for Team Bernard that they can play the run back. Pretty much nose on nose on nose. Maybe a hair on the inside. We'd love to get that yellow one off the button. Even if the blue spills over to the 8-foot and the 12-foot, as long as that one on the button goes, you'll open up your scoring area. Lainey Peters sweeping hard on this one. It's going to be really close. Boom, 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 and just over curled a little bit. But the job is done as the rock is off the button. But it's still Team Gyles sitting 2 without the hammer. So a chance to play the come around. And we do have a final over on sheet 2 as Daniela Jentsch defeated Team Piarchuk. For Daniela Jentsch, they go to 4-0 with 1 game remaining. 17 teams here on the women's side. Split into 3 pools. Top team in each pool will get a spot in the playoffs, plus the next 3 best records. As Kate Gyles gets set to deliver her first here in 5. This one right now just needs to curl a bit. Weight looks good. And we'll slide into the top of the 4-foot now, sitting 3 without the hammer. As you see Cheryl suggesting there is the backline weight. Try to tap this yellow one that Katie just threw. And get to the inside and just roll a little bit over here. Punch that one out. Nose is good here too if you're Team Bernard, but would love to get to the inside. There's another final on the men's side as Team Gyles defeated Team Wenzik. Wenzik now 2-2 as their round robin is finished. Gyles 1-2. And this one needs to curl here for Cheryl, and it'll just knock that yellow one to the button. Now that looks like there is a hole there for Cheryl to get to. I think your Team Gyles, that's the play to plug it up. It's very difficult for Team Bernard to come this way and score. So just plug up the hole here, block off the easier shot. Katie Gyles getting ready in the hack now. Getting set to throw her final here in the 5th. This one will come in the hole, and you want it to sit right now, and it will. So, job well done. And I think right now for Team Bernard, this is just a shot to cut Team Gyles down to 1 here. It's an extremely difficult shot to score. All you need is just get close to the 8-foot here, and you'll give up a steal of 1. Smart call here by Team Bernard instead of being really risky and going for it. We're trying to score where you could give up 3. So this one just needs to sit down right now. Jonah Jansen trying to get it out, and it will sit in the 8-foot, so it'll be a steal of 1 for Team Bernard here in end number, for Team Gyles here in end number 5. They'll take the 4-3 lead heading into 6 right here at the Vernon Curling Club. Back inside the Vernon Curling Club, it's the Prestige Hotels and Resorts Curling Classic as we get underway here in end number 6. It's the second event on the BC Women's Curling Tour presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western, where Curl BC members can use this corporate ID code of 015-04820. Write that down, and use that when you book a room at a Best Western. You can receive discounted rates up to 19%. You can do this online or by calling 1-800-WESTERN. I'd also like to thank Via Sport and the government of BC who are supporting all BC Curling Tour events this year through Hosting BC. And we'd like to thank them for making the stream possible. So a corner guard made there by Team Bernard, and JD Gyles will now draw around. Of course, the next event on the BC Curling Tour will be next weekend in Abbotsford, and it'll be in the Driving Force Abbotsford Cash Spiel. Of course, the juniors will have their second event as well next weekend in Maple Ridge. Lower Mainland, the curling hub for all BC curling over the Thanksgiving weekend. And the come around is made partially, as it just on the center line. So just a tap back here for Team Bernard. Don't want to remove this yellow stone. They can hopefully just tap it to the back of the house and use it later on. This one will go by the guard, and they will hit, and they will come to the top of the 8-foot there as the yellow one will go out. It's an open hit here for Team Gyles. And they will hit and they will roll over to the 12-foot on the left. But it now opens the door for Team Bernard to go around the corner guard. Second stone is Laney Peters. The line looks fine here. It's just a matter of where it's going to sit down. And it will sit on the back of the 8-foot. It is buried. So for Team Gyles here, they could, maybe play some back line weight and try to get at it, or you could play the freeze. You even have the center to draw around, but a little risky right now. They're going to play some soft weight at it here. Unless you play it tight and hit the guard, that's a good result as well. This one is going to be on the blue corner. Don't want to knock it in the yellow. They'll roll the yellow one over and the blue will go out. Still have their 2 center guards do Team Gyles. And now Team Bernard will play the come around. This rock is coming in very nicely. They'll come to the top 8-foot here, perfectly buried. And for Team Gyles, they can play the hit and roll here. They can sit back 4. You could play the run back as well. Or if you do play the run back, you play the one. You play this one here as if you miss. It is longer, but if you miss it, you will open it up. And then if you play this one over here and you miss, this blue rock is still buried. But they are going to play this one here on the left. So on third rocks now, Sean and Jensen will get the chance here to play the run. And this one is tight, but will tick it, and it will go to the 12-foot. Now sitting third stone, that blue one is. The yellow sitting second on the left. So a good shot there by Sean and Team Gyles. Now for Team Bernard, another chance to play the draw. Carolyn McRory. Sweepers have backed off this one. As it will slide to the back 12 and we'll go all the way out. So yeah, chance to play hit now for Team Gyles. Play the hit and roll. Just want to stay on the left side of the 4-foot. Try and get this one by the yellow guard. And it just will, but will it hit the blue? It'll hit it, but it won't hit it enough. Still East Team Bernard sitting shot rock. So we'll play the come around one more time. Now sitting shot 1 and shot 3. I think Team Bernard's maybe thinking about that yellow one on the left, maybe getting it out to try to bring that other one into play, but maybe do that on your last shot if you're able to. If the guards weren't up, you'd play the hit all day long, but because you have the guards, you don't want Team Gyles to draw and come around and sit nicely. You're going to get there first. And this will come to the top of the 8-foot. Just got by the yellow one up front. But still room here for Team Gyles to play the draw. Again, top 4 in this area here. Right now it is Team Bernard sitting the 2 with the hammer here in 6, down 1. Okay, Gyles, her first here in 6. Needs to stop for him. And it will stop at the back of the 8-foot, so still Team Bernard sitting 1, and they're going to try to do what Team Gyles couldn't and come to the top of the 4-foot. So a good opportunity here for Team Bernard in 6 to score multiple points. Can't be deep behind the T line, of course, leaves Team Gyles with a freeze opportunity. This one will sit right at the back button area. And our chance for Team Gyles to play the freeze and sit 1. If they can, they'll be in a great spot to steal 1 point. Even if you can just sit, top 8 foot, top 4 for a second shot, it's going to be a difficult draw here for Cheryl on her last. Get her 2. Katie Gyles, last rock here in 6 for her team. Facing 2 right now without the hammer. This is out there and it's got some weight to it as well. And it will go right on by, and it's going to hit their blue one, or excuse me, the yellow one at the back, but luckily it didn't hit it hard enough. So it's a shot for 3 for sure for Team Bernard here. I don't think there's anything for 4. If you're really desperate, you can do that for 5, but not worth it right now for Team Bernard. Just down 1, so they're going to take their 3 here and take a 2-point lead into 7. So needs full 8 foot here. Sweepers haven't touched this one. Can't use the backing either. Will it stop in time? Shauna Jensen trying to drag it as far back as she can, and it will slide on past that yellow one. It'll be a score of 2 for Team Bernard here in 6. They'll take the 1-point lead going into end number 7. Back here inside the Vernon Curling Club, it's Team Bernard versus Team Gyles. Team Bernard with the 2-7 to take the 1-point lead. We're at the Prestige Hotels and Resorts Curling Classic from Vernon, BC. Part of the BC Curling Tour presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western. I'm Jordan Kiss here with you. It's been a great one here this afternoon. We'll be back again at 4:30 with a Team Carey versus a Team Hayashi right here on Sheet 1. We're third of 4 games again today. Last of the round robin. The playoffs will occur tomorrow as we move over to Sheet 3. An update on some other games going on right now. Sheet 3 right now, it's the Team Brown versus Team Goochelack. Brown holds a 3-1 lead as they play end number 6. No, excuse me, it's a 3-3 as they play number 6. Sheet 4, it's Jim Cotter holding a 5-3 lead over Team Wood. They're currently in the 6th. And on Sheet 5, it's Team Tardy holding a 5-4 lead over Team Longworth. And over on Sheet 7, looks like a 3-3 game between Team Morizumi and Team Richard as they are in the 6th end. So for Team Gyles here in end number 7, you would like to score 2 or blank. Don't want to score 1 here. Looks like they're going to get the stick out and measure this one, just to see if it's in. So if it is in, she can play the hit on it. Looks like it is in. Or I guess not. Guess it isn't in. So we'll just play this one on the right here. Just try to get a little roll inside. Just backline weight as Katie signaled. This one's heading toward that blue one there, the bite into the 12 foot, and we'll hit that one and we'll tap it in. As for a Team Bernard here, you'll like to force Team Gyles to 1, or if you can't take the steal here, you will. Up 2 without the hammer is still a good position to be in coming into the final end. And Gyles are going to ask Laney here for a guard. Blocking the one on the right. And they will move the rock over, and it is guarded. So Team Gyles here looking to run their own rock in. As Caitlin Campbell is ready to throw her first here in the 7th. We're inside the Vernon Curling Club, who have done a great job at hosting. Dave Merkeliner, the head ice tech and the manager here, and big thank you to all the employees here at the Vernon Curling Club, as well as the volunteers and the people working the ticket booth, and everybody in the bar, and all the ice makers and the cooks here. They've done a great job as we've really enjoyed our stay here. And we'll just peel the yellow rock. So a chance now for Team Bernard to maybe set another one in there. You could play another guard. Either one here is a good shot. I'd like to play a little short, maybe top 12. And she will bump and just tap it up. So now sitting 3 there at the top 4, top 8 area. A chance here for Team Gyles to place some weight at this one and try to move some of these around. You can get 2 moving. All 3 of them moving. One of them will go for sure. I don't think 2 of them will be eliminated from play here. Unless you throw a rocket of a shot. Hit one, and this one will just sit in the back of the 12 foot. It is still Team Bernard sitting 1. So Cheryl's going to ask Carolyn here just to put a guard on the center line. Will freeze right on top. Now Team Gyles a chance just to move some of these around. Looking to play a small hit and roll here. And hit roll behind their corner guard. Move the yellow one up. Move the blue and the 8 foot back. Team Gyles 0-3 here. Most likely eliminated from playoff contention, but looking to finish strong here. Have one more game left after this. They will play Diane Gushalak tonight at 8. And the hit's made, and they will roll. They're now sitting 2 in the house, but they are first and third. It leaves that one wide open right now for Team Bernard, and Cheryl's going to ask Carolyn to just roll over to the left. Could also roll over to the right here, behind your own. But doing that, you could set up a double, and then that'll leave Team Gyles sitting 2. As for Team Bernard, 2-1 so far. 4-1 will be great if they can. Should get them a spot in the playoffs. They'll play a Team PR chucked later tonight in their final game of the round robin. As they will hit and they will roll and still sit there on the edge of the 12 foot. But it is Team Bernard still sitting the 1 here as this one, just top 12 is out kind of the yellow one. There's top 6 teams here, and the women's side will qualify for the playoffs. Top 3 in each pool, or excuse me, the top team in each of the 3 pools will get a spot, plus the next best 3 records. And then tiebreakers will be solved by a last stone draw. And this one is coming close to the blue guard, and it will hit it. And this blue one is going to sit on the back of the 8-foot. Not a good result there. Maybe a little down there for Sean on Team Gyles. As before that, Bernard was sitting 1. Now they're sitting 2, and it's looking great right now for Team Bernard to force Team Gyles to the single. A couple options here for Team Bernard. Of course, they're looking at drawing around kind of this way, but doing that, it does leave this open here for Team Gyles. So I like what they're calling here. You know, drawing here. You know, sit right here is good, but they're also, you know, maybe looking at top 12 right here. Top 8-foot. Block off the middle, but I'll be worried about if you know, Team Gyles comes this way and just draws right here to behind the corner. Then Cheryl's going to have to make a good freeze on hers to force the single. They're going to play this one top 12, top 8-foot here just to plug up the middle a little bit. We'll see if Team Gyles decides to go after it, but we have to wait until this one comes to rest before we can start figuring that out. And they need to get it there. That's priority number 1 here. And they will come up short, and it will leave those two staggered there on the right-hand side, giving a great chance for Team Gyles to play the come-around. And if they do, Team Bernard might be able to run this one back. This one might be in the way over here. So you're looking to overbury. I think right there, just top 4 would be great. For Team Gyles. Again, don't want to be back. We'll leave Team Bernard the freeze. And if you're a little more in the 4-foot, Team Bernard could just come up right here and then really shrink the scoring zone, and be a difficult shot for 2 for Katie. So they're on this one for the line right now. As you can see, it's moving pretty hard towards the blue, and it looks a little light as well. And we'll come up short, and it's not going to bounce off. So if Shreel can get around that one and sit top 4, I don't think Katie's going to be able to hit it. Very tough to tell if there's any I don't think there is. So a huge opportunity now for Team Bernard to steal here in the 7th. They're currently sitting 2 without the hammer. So last shot for Olympic silver medalist Cheryl Bernard here in the 7th end. This one's still on that yellow guard. He's got to get by it first. Oh, and it's going to hit it. And we'll come on top of that yellow one here, but does still look like that Team Gyles here will be forced to win. I believe the way Sean is putting it is the easiest shot you have. Just drawing here. All you need is a good piece of the 8-foot. I think right now the biggest question is where do you put the broom? So for Team Gyles here, just figuring out where they want to put the broom. So it is just to come through in this way and use this blue one here as backing. Need a really good piece of the 8-foot, but a little more than 3/4 in here to take your single point. It is a draw against 2. You score here, you're tied without the hammer coming home. So last rock for Team Gyles here in 7. They're on it out of her hand. Trying to keep this one straight. Oh, it's diving hard towards that yellow one. Maybe plan B here and play the tap. Doesn't have enough weight to do so. Oh, it's gonna come up short. It'll be a steal of 2 for Team Bernard here in 7. Big miss by Team Gyles, but they will still have the hammer going into the final end here in Vernon. Jordan Kiss with you here inside the Vernon Curling Cup for the Prestige Hotels and Resorts Curling Classic. It's the last end between Team Gyles and Team Bernard. Team Bernard stealing 2 in the 7th end. And Team Gyles an uphill battle here in 8, needing to score 3 to force an extra. Team Bernard will lead us off. Karen Roos. First rock here in 8, looking to put this one in the house. Top 4-foot top button is great. Don't want to be short. Deeper you can get it, the better. And it looks fine. Cheryl will come out and sweep this one. It will end up top the 12-foot. The corner guard here for Team Gyles. And a tipper the lead. Great corner guarded there by Amanda. But Cheryl will ask Karen to wait, let's come around their own on the top 12 foot. Sit in there and in the button. Really make Team Gyles think about it. This one looks a little heavy, so they're just going to sweep it through. Don't want anything behind the tee line that, as if so, Team Gyles will be able to use it to freeze on. So right now for Team Gyles, rocks in the house are good for them no matter what color they are, because they use it to freeze on or draw behind. Another chance to put up a corner guard here for Amanda Tipper. And the corner is made. So 5 rock rule is in place, so Team Bernard can't peel yet. Plan to come around again, Lainey Peters, and this one is looking very nice. And it will come to rest on the top of the button. On the center line, and Team Gyles here just to you want to hit and roll, but don't want to hit it too hard. You just want to tap this one into here, and this one will slide back 4. And then if you can, even overdo it, and this one will roll in this area. So just kind of create a wall for yourself there at behind the tee line for Team Gyles, what you can do here. But this one needs to curl. Looks a little heavy as well. I'll try to roll the other way, and the blue one will go out. But you're sitting kind of on the center line in front of the blue, so if Team Bernard decides to hit it, could easily jam. You can see Bernard play a peel here. It's definitely the safer shot. So they're going to talk this over. Now I don't know if Team Bernard would do this, but but you are set up quite nicely there. Your top button, you already kind of have a guard on it. You could think about placing a center guard right now. As for Team Gyles, they need to score 3. So they're going to have to get this blue one out somehow. And you're going to force them to play some long run backs. It's very tempting. It's a very interesting this decision for Team Bernard. We'll see what they decide here. And they're just going to elect to peel. And nothing wrong with this call here. Will hit, and they will roll over and hit the other yellow one. So there's a 2 corner guards right over there on the right side for Team Gyles, which you'll see them draw behind here. Needing to score 3 this end. Needs 3 to force an extra. This one is getting close to that blue garden. It will hit. Well, will not. Maybe needed it to hit there, as it's going to go right on through. Now for Team Bernard, a chance to play the peel again. Extremely difficult double peel. He's looking at maybe trying to get rid of both of those. And so what you can do, you can come in this way. You gotta hit the inside, hit the top of this yellow one, then spill out this way. And looks like that's what she's maybe trying to do here, as we're on to third rocks here in end number 8. I think it might just be getting the one blue rock out of the way. At least get one here for Team Bernard. That's important. It'll hit right on the nose, or a little on the inside. Now we'll stagger those 2 corners, and so we're now on to Shauna Jensen's rocks here. Don't have to make a play on this blue one yet. But looks like they want to play a split here on these yellows, so they do open up that blue one. Again, right now, if you do come in over here, you do run the risk of, again, Team Bernard possibly playing the center guard. I don't think they will, but it's there, and if you make it, you're set up really well. So if they need to really sweep this one hard to play the split, looks like a lot of weight too. Line looks good. And the split is perfectly made. Will roll behind the corner. A great shot by Shauna Jensen. Now sitting 2 here when they need 3, and you can expect Team Bernard to hit the open one here. Roll over in front. Carolyn McRory now. They really need to go on this one for a piece. Need on it for a piece, and it'll slide right on through the hole. And for Team Gyles, 3 is very much in play as we're on to the final third stones. Now they're going to play the hit and roll here. Now, you need to stick in the house if you're Team Gyles. That is huge here. If you don't stick, it's going to be even harder now to score your 3. And you're going to be relying on a Team Bernard miss. But also, again, don't want to leave a double. So they will hit on the nose. Now there is a double here for Cheryl. No hole this time. So right in the middle, they'll both go. First of the skip rocks here in 8. Team Bernard with a 3-point lead without the hammer, facing 3 yellows. And both those yellows will go. Big shot here for Team Gyles. Need to play the hit and roll. Need to go behind. Updates now. Over on sheet 3, Corinne Brown and Diane Guselak are now playing an extra end. They are tied at 5. And on sheet 4, Team Wood holds a one-shot lead, or excuse me, a one-point lead over Team Carter, 6-5. Team Carter does have a hammer, as they are on third rocks, the last of the third stones over there. And Team Richard and Team Marzumi are in a barn burner over on sheet 7. Lots of close ones here this afternoon. So a big one here for Team Gyles. Again, has to stick in the rings here. If you don't, the game is over. Trying to make this one curl to roll. This one's looking very close here. Rolling as far over as they can. They will roll towards the middle. But it's an open hit here for Cheryl Bernard to get the W here and go to 3-1. So, Charles Bernard, a shot here for the win. Make a yellow disappear. And the yellow will go, and Team Bernard will pick up the 7-4 victory over Team Gyles here in Vernon. And stay with us because we will bring you the last couple rocks of Team Cotter versus Team Wood here. So we'll get you over to that as soon as we can, and then we'll, then if possible, we'll bring you the end of the Team Brown versus Team Gushla because they're playing extra. So stay with us. We'll be back with more action right after this.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct. So here inside the Vernon Curling Club, it's the last end between Team Cotter and Team Wood. Team Wood does have the 1-point lead. As for Team Wood, it's their last rock. They are the yellow stones. So Team Cotter needs one to force an extra, then or two for the win. So it's the last rock here for Team Wood in the 8th. Looking to pull off the big upset here. So you can see Team Cotter right there on the button. Wood looking to place it right on top. And a good shot there, but we'll see what Jim can do here for his 2. So, fairly delicate shot if you can get to the inside of that yellow one, but it's also just as easy to give up the steal and lose here. So after this, we will take you over to a Team Gooselak versus Team Brown as they play an extra if they're still playing. So last shot here for Team Cotter in 8. They have the one right now to force an extra, but they're, I think, trying to score their 2 here. This is going to be close. It's going to be really close. And did he get enough? Looks like it's just going to be 1. No handshake, so they will play an extra end. So, we'll head over to sheet 3 right now and bring you the end of Team Gooselak versus Team Brown. So Gooselak throwing the yellow stones here. I believe it is the first skip rocks. Team Brown does have the hammer here in the extra. So we'll do a simultaneous feed here to bring you both extra ends. First extra ends we've had here so far this weekend. Give a shout out to our producer Marcio here, who's kind of got the mobile camera working right now to bring you this exclusive extra footage. As that rock from Diane will come sit on the 4-foot over there.
And I've been able to co-host.
Team Wood now. The center guard was thrown by Jim. Team Wood does have the hammer here in the final end.
So we can do party, W, long with L.
2 shots going on over here. Korean Brand will hit the yellow one in the house and sit open there, and Team Gooselak will elect to play another come around. Top 8 as it's their last. It's a double center guard there, but thrown by Rick Sawatsky in the Cotter game.
Say, like, I mean, I have shots
play a tick here, and the blue will go out, looks like. And they will put the rock back. And over to sheet 3 here, Diane Guchalak. Her last rock needs to do a sit shot stone. And she will at the back of the button there, but for Corinne Brown, a chance to win the game here.
Sorry, you guys knew your name.
So Corinne on sheet 3 just needs to eliminate that yellow one, and she will pick up the victory. Yes. Engine Nerpin with a good draw. Sitting in the forefoot, and Team Wood's gonna peel now. The win here, Corinne Brown can go to 3-1. And then cleaning on the way down, Desiree Hawes and Ashley Kleinchuk. Erin Pincott in the house, and it is gone. And Team Brown will win over on sheet 3. They will go to 3-1 with one game remaining. They will play Team Yench, I believe, for a playoff spot. That will be happening tonight at 8. And back here, it's Team Wood versus Team Cotter as the peel is made there. Jordan Kiss here with you inside the Vernon Curling Club right now. It's the Prestige Hotels and Resorts Curling Classic, part of the BC Curling Tour, presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western. It's the second of the second stones here. Needs to get this one over. And it will just. It's an extra end here between Team Cotter and Team Wood. Team Wood does have the hammer. And let's see. Team Wood second Nathan Small now. And the peel is made. As you can see, Team Cotter still sitting one. Looks like it is open in the 8-foot. So now go to third rocks, Steve Laycock. Andrew will just lightly sweep this one over the hog line. And they'll guard their rock that's in the house right now, sitting shot. It's Matt Tolley now, the third for Team Wood. Just a peel. Maybe they get the double if they can. just take the top off. And expect another guard here for Team Cotter. They'd be content doing this the rest of their shots with 3 left, and first team would do a draw of the button for the win. And Steve Legcock with another great guard, and it'll be another peel here for Team Wood. Again, looking at the double. Gotta be careful not to jam it there on the yellow one. And could leave Team Cotter sitting 2 in the house. And we'll just take the 1 off, and now on to skip rocks, and safe to say Jim will probably throw 1 more. They're gonna discuss this one here.
Are you going to be rebroadcast?
So it'll be 1 more guard here for Team Cotter. And Jim with another good guard. Now for Team Wood, you could play the peel again, which looks like they are. Another option would be to play that draw now and really put the pressure on Jim here. So again, just clear the house, and I think you might see Jim play 1 more guard, or you might play a tap on his own. Running out of his hand. And wanting to get the 1 in the house too. A great shot there by Brad Wood. Now for Team Cotter, needs to draw here to the 4-foot. So needs to sit shot stone here for Team Cotter. Force Team Wood to play their last. Needs full 8. Sit 1. We're on and off off it. Looks like right now on it for line. This one looks really close. It is by, where's it gonna stop? And it's through the rings, and Team Wood will pull off the upset and defeat Team Cotter in an extra end. That will wrap up draw number 8 here from Vernon. Coming up next at 4:30, it'll be defending Scotties champion Chelsea Carey against Team Hayashi. We'll have that right here on Curl BC's YouTube page. So, for our producer Marcio, I am Jordan Kiss. Thank you for joining us this afternoon, and we'll talk to you again very soon.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You gotta see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.